Hi everybody, Mark the Family Woodworker here. Hey, 2024 has been a pretty awesome year for our little woodworking and craft channel, and I want to send out a huge thank you for tuning in and watching these past few years. During this 200th video, as I dump a few truth bombs about our channel's journey so far, I thought I'd make a couple of small tables too. It's what movie snobs like to call weaving in a visual fabric behind the story. So let's talk a bit about the good, the bad, the ugly, some changes and improvements we've made recently, and also some new partnerships we found this year. And then finally, what I think the future holds for our little niche woodworking channel. All, of course, while watching the design and creation of a beautiful pair of live edge side tables. First, I'm proud to say that we've never strayed from our original mission statement about the purpose of our channel. This was never intended to be a business or a side hustle for me. It was born out of a love for woodcraft and a desire to share new ideas with other viewers in the hope that they might give one of our projects a try. Even our project plans are free, and more on that later. Nothing feels quite like the sense of accomplishment you get when building something with your own two hands. That's the feeling we try to convey and the excitement we like to share. We don't carry any sponsors, and we don't pay for video clicks. We don't do shock or hype videos, and we don't ask for membership or Patreon donations. The little bit of ad revenue we do get from YouTube pays for the next project's wood cost. While this approach has hampered our growth a little, we've still gotten consistent growth from year to year thanks to word of mouth and our viewers returning for more. You are simply the coolest people on the face of the earth. If you're a returning viewer, you might notice that we try to feature woodshop videos that are relevant to our family's needs, which I guess explains the name of our channel. My oldest daughter needed a new dining table this year. My youngest daughter needed a new home office desk, and my wife asked for a couple of custom designed birdhouses for the garden. Sometimes I'll get an idea for a kinetic sculpture that I want to try and build. Sometimes I get to buy and review a new tool, but I'm never going to be the guy that jumps on the epoxy river table bandwagon or dives into the pallet wood furniture trend just because those videos are popular. Also not that popular with woodworking purists, I'm guilty of trying to inject a little comedy from time to time just because it makes me happy and hopefully makes the videos a little more fun. My goal has always been and will always be to feature our project ideas in an entertaining way. Even if you're not a woodworker, I hope that you can enjoy the ride with us. I cringe a little bit looking back at some of the videos I produced only a few years ago. Bad lighting, poor camera quality, and cheap microphones were only the tip of that sloppy, melting iceberg. Since 2022, I've invested in better video and audio editing software, spent extra dollars on a new 4K camera setup, and with the move to our new home and the creation of a new woodshop, immensely improved our shop lighting too. Now I can record in 4K with some great overhead lighting and much better video quality. I've also learned that audio in the shop still sounds gritty and full of echoes, so now I narrate the shop action on a much better microphone at the video editing desk. It's funny to me now finding that I spend more time producing the video than it actually took me to build whatever project I was working on. The bottom line is that I'm really invested in recording better project video and making the product as good as I can. All of that leads us to where we are today. This is our 200th video at the end of a year where we broke 2.2 million channel views and surpassed 20,000 subscribers. From the bottom of my heart, thank you to all of you who have joined us on this journey. While it was difficult at times to actually spend time down in the woodshop or to follow up on a project at the editing desk, you stayed with us through all of that, and we again thank you for all of that support. All things are good now in the family woodworker world, and we resumed our regular woodshop activity to make more cool stuff for family and friends, and even some people we had never met. You can only make so much furniture for your own house or your kids' houses before you start to run out of living area and bedroom space. I always come up with new ideas for wood kinetic sculptures, but there's simply no place to put them anymore. This is where I accidentally, on purpose, found a new outlet for some woodshop projects and then forged a new partnership with our local YWCA. After our recent flood that affected them, they were in bad need of some new office furniture and maybe some useful woodshop items for other local families too. We started with making them a much needed computer desk for their office, and then a lobby coffee table, and then some smaller items that they used for a fall fundraiser. It was really nice to meet this group of women for women advocates, and I look forward to doing more projects for them in the future. Future ought to be a four-letter word in the world of YouTube because in many ways, smaller niche channels are not really in control of whether or not their videos get seen by a wider audience. The reasons why are really hard to explain, and there's other videos out there that dive into the complexity of all that. Compared to other huge channels, I really don't have the resources to buy and blow up a Lamborghini, or the desire to record myself locked in a shipping container for 30 days, or the body to rock a bathing suit as I sail the Caribbean. Those types of videos tend to explode with views. Small channel woodshop videos aren't quite as sexy, but I'll continue to try and make them interesting and entertaining despite the lack of a bikini. You know, I just had to post a bad Photoshop insert there. Sorry about that. I struggle a bit with what success actually means. Is it 100,000 subscribers? A million? Sure, like any channel, I'd like for more people to see our videos because of the amount of effort it takes to create each project and produce each video. But there's personal satisfaction and value from the actual content being real and projects made by hand. It's my woodshop after all, and my video story and my scratchy voice. I'm not stealing somebody else's content like many others do and just adding my own commentary or dumping an AI voice over the top. I wish that original content was valued more by video consumers and by YouTube. But views and subscribers are only a small part of what success means for me. I actually love what I do. Designing and building new things from scratch is an absolute addiction for me, and I hope that some of that excitement and energy comes across in all my videos. Everything else like subscriber counts and ad revenue is a less important measure. Lastly, there's an intangible aspect to success here. A big part of personal satisfaction for me includes legacy. Building projects with my son in the shop and designing furniture for my daughters and grandkids is the real gold here. Years from now, they might be able to watch an old episode about a lasting piece of furniture that still rests comfortably in their home and maybe even laugh at one of my stupid puns. That's the real value. That's my primary measure for success, and it's a way for me to be relevant for years to come. Yeah, so like, what's up with this video backstory? Like, these tables have nothing to do with all this channel history stuff I've been talking about. It seems a little like bait and switch.
You disgust me. Go on.
I mentioned partnerships with the YWCA and a live edge coffee table that we made for their office lobby a few months ago. As we dropped off that table, my wife noticed that there were open spaces on both sides of their main couch and then made a casual comment.
Looks like you need to make a pair of matching tables.
Where all the ladies in the office who heard that statement quickly responded,
Oh, that would be wonderful.
In the poker world, that little situation put me in the position of being pot committed. So I smiled and replied, yes, I'm in. I was lucky to have found another live edge pine slab of the same thickness as that coffee table, and though it was warped a little, I could still get 2 good chunks out of the slab to make this pair of side tables. They had to be flattened on the router sled and then rounded over with some wood carving tools, but the irregular shapes make them look even more natural and they'll match that coffee table pretty nicely. Overall, the tabletops were about 19 by 22 inches at 2 inches thick, and the top dimensions of the leg box were 15 by 17 inches. The tapered legs were 21.5 inches in length, and I had built a custom jig to cut those gradual tapers in the leg pieces. I really like how they looked in the end, and I'll keep that jig for other end table projects. You may have also noticed that I used a miter and dowel method to construct the leg frame, which makes the whole structure as tough as it can be without the use of any metal hardware. Also, by assembling the legs as 2 mitered pieces, it creates a 90-degree inner corner that allows for glued-in supports for a shelf, as well as the ability to make a strong connection between the legs and the top apron. To match the other furniture pieces that I've made for the YWCA, I chose to blacken the legs, and that seems to really help show off the figure and color of the wood top. In this case, I painted the legs in matte black and finished the tabletops with a satin polyurethane. So as I wind down the video on this live edge set of slab tables, I want to again say thanks very much to all of you for tuning in and sticking with us these past 5 years or so. It's been exciting and fun, and I hope to continue grinding out original and entertaining content for years to come. And earlier when I mentioned about free woodworking plans, you can find those out on my website, thefamilywoodworker.com, under the Free Stuff tab. I hope they inspire you to maybe give one of those projects a try. Now, what should I make for video 201? I don't know, but I've got a few ideas. Hey everybody, thanks for watching until the end. You are the coolest. Please give the video a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Even leaving us a comment helps us with that YouTube algorithm. Take care.